Paromita, your host. Welcome you all to our show 30 Minutes with MLI. In this show, we talk about education, foreign languages, its assessment process, and how you can be benefited by learning a new language. Our today's topic is teaching techniques in English classroom. Today we have with us Syeda Azdika Kamal. She is a senior O-level teacher of academia, and we also have our Mirpur Language Institute's founder and director Mansura Mahmuda ma'am. She is also a PhD scholar at Nagaland University. Thank you, Azdika ma'am and Mansura ma'am, for joining with us.
Paromita.
Azdika ma'am, how are you?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm also doing great. Thank you. You are in this teaching profession for a very long time. Can you please share your career journey with our audience?
Sure. Thank you. Actually, I have started my first job in Bangladesh International School, where I just ran for 11 years as a senior teacher of English in senior section. There I taught in national curriculum and international curriculum both. And now I am teaching academia fully in English medium, both in Cambridge and Edexcel curriculum. So this is my actually career journey, and I want to share you one thing that I have already completed my MA. I have already completed my MA from Dhaka University IER, which is related with teaching. That is the professional degree, and I also honors and masters both I did from Dhaka University English department. Thank you.
Great. My first question to you is, we are quite scared of English. Okay, so what are some fun ways teachers can help students to learn English?
English classroom. Especially, you see that if you I first of all, I want to tell you about our national curriculum. Our EFT book, English for Today book, which is fully based on the communicative based. There you can use the real life situation, peer work, there is group work, and the students, you can easily call to students in the classroom. They both can talk each other in a real life situation, like a rural student whose mother is a nurse, whose father is a banker. That is not all. That is the not for the foreign environment, foreign situation. It is the real life situation of Bangladesh. So that is very important for the language classroom, that if you make this type of situation in the classroom, rural students who is totally ignorant and who is totally ignorant about the foreign language of English, like English, he will be very comfortable because he has been given a very common topic about what did your mother cook in the lunch. Tell about how did she make the biryani. So this type of real, that is actually an approach that is called communicative based learning process. CLT, that is very important for the whole world is doing this. So this is a very fun. Or if you tell about your friend, two friends are talking about the exam preparation. So they are making a real life dialogue, both of them. That is I'm telling about totally our context based, our Bangladeshi context. And if you talk about the international base that I am teaching now, Edexcel and Cambridge, both have rhetorical devices. Rhetorical devices is a very boring thing like simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole. So these things, when you teach in the real classroom, they will be very monotonous. So if you make a project, that you will make a project on the rhetorical devices, and through your gesture, through your through your body language, you will make one hyperbole. So the student another will guess that what is that. So this is the fun. They will make it very interesting. Oh, I will hyperbole. They have at any cost they will try to make the class that what is they are with their body language, what they are actually sharing, what they are showing, projecting, and the other students will just guess. So this is a technique. This is a technique. And not only that, I have already, all the time, I prefer role play. All the time, I have organized Shakespeare Merchant of Venice. It is not like the Lamb's Tales, that is a very hard language. So sometimes I made the dialogue by myself, or sometimes some prompt students, they made the dialogue by themselves. And that is a very unique drama. They have prepared and they have performed. They have become the Shylock, Antonio, Bassanio, and they really, really enjoy this. So these are the techniques then easily we can implement in the classroom, and they will learn through naturally. That is called the acquisition, not the learning. Now in the whole world, that second language, SLA, is also taught in an acquisition way, not in the learning process. It is a psychomotor skill. Language is a psychomotor skill. It is a motor that you have to it is by your you have to develop your skill. Product oriented is two, like speaking and writing, and process oriented is listening and reading. So in this way, you have to make the things interesting. Actually, language lab should be. I prefer language lab. Language is a experimental thing. And there are varieties of learners in the language learner classroom, like that. Some of them are audible learners, some of them are visual learners, some of them are kinesthetic learner. So you have to combine all of them in a one classroom. So you have to use varieties of a strategy in your classroom so that the classroom will be very interesting. Thank you.
Ma'am, now we are living in a digital era, and now our kids and our students have more access to, computers and tablets that students used to have before. So how can computers and tablets be used to make English classes more interesting?
Actually, it is now we are fortunate. In our days, we were not blessed like this. So we are living in the digital arena, and I always encourage students about this digital, because this computer or tablet they are using. Actually, students will not use it. Will not use it. It is the teachers we will use. Like if I want to show a movie on Merchant of Venice or Sherlock Holmes, Blue Carbuncle. So how could I make them interesting the book? Before reading the book, if I could project the movie in a tablet, in multimedia, so what will happen? They will be very much interested about the film, and they will enjoy the movie all together. And it is a cooperative classroom, would be teamwork. If I give them some of the questions, they could answer it very easily. When I will read the books after that, they will easily grab all the ideas from the books. It would be very easy for them. And not only their pronunciation, their vocabulary, it will also be impressed in this way. Number one. Number two, sometimes for the picture description. For projecting something, I want to tell, okay, now you describe this picture, or some of the comprehension I can project in the projector, and they could write the answers there. So there are varieties of ways of using this computer or digital technology in the classroom. It is very helpful.
Yes. Ma'am, in classroom, we have a different type of students. Some are shy, some are kind of introvert, some are extrovert. So how can teachers make sure all students, including those who feel shy or feel uncomfortable in participating in the classroom, how can teachers make sure of that?
Actually, the most important thing that a teacher, not only the language teacher, for all the teacher, I will suggest one thing, that you have to be very cordial. You have to be very free with your students. Yes. Okay, why some of the students, actually the students is not the student. They are a human being, individual. They have a personality. Some of them may have the shy, they are not free, or they have some problems, what could obstruct them to interact properly. So being a teacher, if you just neglect that students, he will never be comfortable in your class and he will never learn the English. So the first of all, the teacher, language teacher make some jokes, make some fun, or he could give a task. He could make a team, and that shy students would be the team leader. So he should be empowered first. He should give a confidence that you have the capability. You have the full capability, and he will be fully confident over the teacher that, okay, the ma'am doesn't demean me. She loves me. She respects me. Actually, teaching a learner and teacher is a mutual respect. Is a matter of mutual respect. So both of them will exchange their respect to each other. And in this way, the students will be free first. Then the students had to give some tasks. Suppose he will come, first of all, he would he never to tell that come and tell something. He will be very awkward. He will feel shy. So he has to, or she has to tell, okay, you do this. You are the team leader. You manage your team. So when in this way, they will do this, one day he will be free, and he himself will be interested to come in front and tell something. Like in this way, in my real life classroom, many students who were not interested to talk, they even perform excellent way in the drama, in the role. You could not imagine that how could their parents would be just, they didn't believe that it is my child who did this. Yes, they could. Yes.
And I really liked it when you said that teachers also should give respect to their students. So we always think that it's only students.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Azdika ma'am, when you talked about the mutual respect, actually you were saying about the relationship between teacher and student.
Yes, yes.
So our today's topic is teaching techniques. So what kind of techniques, or what are the techniques you use in your classroom to develop teacher-student relationship?
Yes, that is I have told you, first of all, you have to talk with the students. Even personally, in the break time, you can talk. Sometimes some of the students have some personal problem, family crisis. You have to first try that if they have this type of problem, the students would be very comfortable to share it with you. Number one. Number two, the student, when will be free with you, then he could tell that if he is interested or not in the which kind of performance he is comfortable. Would it be, it is not necessary that every time he has to come in front and speak loudly. It will take time, no problem. You have to give him a space, you have to give him time. And what type of task he is comfortable, you have to give them that type of task. So if they are comfortable with you, one day
students comfort is important.
Yes, the comfort is the most important thing. Their comfort zone. Okay, that is the most vital thing.
Okay, ma'am, you say that you completed your MA from IER, DU.
Yes.
Which was the department?
Language education.
Language education. Okay.
My
thank you.
Department was language education.
Thank you. Paromita, you may ask your next question.
I want to add here, like, when you say that teachers also should give respect to students, I really like that, because in our concept, we always think that it's only students who should give respect to teachers.
Yes.
But it's actually teachers also should give. I really like that one. Thank you, ma'am. Do you think that drawing pictures can be a good way to learn English words?
Actually, it depends. If you teach a elementary student or class 1, 2, 3 students, if you draw a picture, they will tell the like cup, like apple. They will it is a fun learning. But if you do this method, this technique in the class 8 students, they will not be interested on that. It depends on which grade you are teaching. Actually, it is a very important thing. You cannot use that some techniques which is not applicable for grade 1 or 2 or 3 students, and you cannot apply some of the techniques which is not applicable for the class 8 students. So it depends on you. Like that class 1, 2, 3, it is okay, but class 8 students in the vocabs, you can use the multimedia. You can use the storytelling class, not a story writing class. You can like that some of the techniques that you can use your vocabs through the presentation. In this way, they will improve their vocabs.
As we were talking about vocabularies, do you think is it better to learn English or learn vocabularies by reading stories or by talking with friends? Which one is more?
Both of them are very important. Both of them. Like if I cannot tell it, I'm like that rural student who is living a totally a very remote area. There I can't tell him frequently that you read stories, because his total environment doesn't support him to read the story. He will not be interested, because the stories are sometimes are not very supportive for their circumstance. So if you make some of the situation and make a role play or make a dialogue that you have made it that there you are your father is farming, and you have been told to do some task or to help him in this way. So make a dialogue with your friends. So if you make this type of situation and call to students and they will make this dialogue, so it will be very comfortable with them. But if you tell this type of situation to the student of English medium students, they will laugh that what type of situation ma'am is talking. They have to give the like Black Beauty. They will read and they will make a book report on that. So it depends on the actually socio-economic situation is also very important for the language learners.
I understand. Ma'am, can you share a story about a teacher, or maybe it can be you, who did something special to help a student to enjoy English? Is there any story which you want to share?
Actually, I have so many stories myself that I like that I can tell you that just today's last Thursday, I had a spelling contest in my classroom. So this 20 minutes, 40 minutes class, 15 minutes, the spelling contest had been finished. And the students were so exhausted that, no, ma'am, please give us a free class, we'd play. So I have told, okay, I will give you a free class, just write something. What? Because they're English medium students, they're very good in, they have the fluency, they can speak very well English, but they are lethargic in writing. And sometimes they have the problem of grammar. So I told them, okay, why do we hate spelling contest? Write about that. They became very interested. Okay, ma'am, we are writing. They had written just that why did they hate this spelling contest? They had so many logic. They had made so many arguments. So actually, I just convinced them to write in their way, not in my way. And they finished the class and I told, now you can go. So this is actually, they had some techniques you have to use to just convince the students. So this is my story.
Great, ma'am. Ma'am,
interesting story. Very interesting, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
I want to ask another thing, that is like, what is your favorite game activity in your English classroom?
Actually, I have told you, debate is a very, you may treat it as a game, as a fun, because students have their own problem solving capacity in this way. They can produce their argument, they can produce their way of thinking, so many things. Eclectic method, actually, debate is an eclectic method, I will tell. Because in this method, you can, at a time, you can achieve many targets. Okay, so this is a most fun, loving target of my classroom, and I have already told you drama. I have already 2 and 3 drama had been performed. My students, like a professional performers, they did it, and they sometimes they are interested. Ma'am, we will write our own dialogue. So drama, debate, and for the kids, some of the that is one word I am writing. I have written first one word. So the last word, another one would come and write another word. Okay, so this game I play especially for the mid-level students, or not elementary, junior level students. But for the senior levels, for that debate, drama, role play, dialogue, these are very important.
Yes. Ma'am, what do you think makes a teacher a great teacher in English classroom?
The interactive teacher. The teacher is going and giving, okay, stop, read this. No, I will I really discourage this type of teaching, and I always interactive, and very much the teacher must have patience. The teacher must have to listen the students. They should be psychologists. They should understand the psychology of the student. Then the teacher can be a great teacher.
Yes, ma'am. Wonderful. I would like to ask you, like, what is your approach to different categories of learners? There are different categories. Like some prefer
Yes.
audios, some prefer visual things. So, what is your approach?
Yes. Actually, I have told that I never believe in one method. Like some of them teachers are telling that, okay, we should eradicate the grammar translation method. I don't think so. Fully grammar translation method, if we eradicate, then the students will be weak in grammar. We have to direct method. I prefer for the English medium students because they have that socio-economic situation. Direct method, then communicative method. Communicative method, real life situation I will make, and they will role play, they will debate in this way. And sometimes I need the lecture or grammar translation method. So I believe eclectic method, mixing of the mixture of all the method. Eclectic method is the best method.
As we said earlier, like reading books or engaging in a conversation can be a great way to learn English. Is there any book or movies that you want to suggest to our students? Do you want to suggest any books or movies?
Actually, reading books is the most important, vital thing. If you read the books, then you will learn many things. You will enjoy reading. You will get a friend because the book will be a friend. There will you need not any other friends. If you feel that you don't have any friend, no one like to mix with you, so then the students can have a very good friend. Okay, so that is the most important thing for not only learning, for on the real life situation or life skill also. For getting the life skill, the reading book has no alternative.
Is there any book, any book that you want to suggest for students?
Black Beauty is a good book. Then the Tom Sawyer, The Adventure of Tom Sawyer. If they're interested, the Sherlock Holmes detective stories, that is very, very interesting.
That's nice,
I suggest this.
Sometimes we are only confined in the academic books.
Miss Paromita, you will see in our library there are many books on the top shelf. Did you see that?
Ikigai, if I'm not wrong. That was a
Ikigai, yes.
That's a very nice book.
So that is from Japan. Yeah. We also kept the books for reading. Okay.
Yes.
And Azdika ma'am, you are requested or you are invited to visit our campus so that you can see
Definitely. I am
what is
also
our
very much
arrangement
interested.
for the students. What is
And
our
I'm
arrangement for
very
the
much,
students?
I really appreciate you, this initiative, ma'am, that you have done a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
So this is actually this program we have designed for online, so that like you are talking, and we will upload it on our channel, and
okay,
later your students, your colleagues will
will
listen, that
take,
will be
yes, yes,
benefited. Or the teachers, those who want to be English teacher, newcomer in
yes,
teaching world, they also will be able to know what is your ideas, what is your um, techniques you are using, right?
yes.
So this is the program
It is
for that.
really, it is praiseworthy. I really appreciate you. Your host is also excellent. So everything is very, what is beneficial. I will tell the word
Actually,
very
I
beneficial.
had been invited to such programs, and in one program, Miss Paromita was there as guest, as a Japanese teacher. She's actually our Japanese teacher.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's how we have thought about it. Why not in our platform we can do it?
Yes, yes.
Mm. Okay, ma'am, we're running out of our time, so I want to ask last one question. Like, what do you think this English classroom will look like in the future?
I believe that English classroom should be experimental classroom, like that it should be performed in a auditorium, open area where students can, in the classroom, if I want to do the role play debate, it is very difficult. So they will there should be a like that a lab. There should be a language lab. I think every school, every university is there, but some actually we think that lab is only chemistry, physics. This the language is actually science. So there should be a lab, and that lab they can perform the drama, they can perform the debate, and in the classroom they will come only for the one, that is the important thing also, that is for the production oriented, is writing. For the writing they will come to the classroom, but for the practical they will go for the auditorium.
Do you have any question for us?
Yeah, it was nice actually. When I was listening to her answers, I got into the classroom, real classroom, because she is taking classes, full-fledged class, and she's very dedicated teacher. So at the
Thank you,
beginning, I
ma'am.
couldn't ask any question because I was so into it. I was lost, as if I was a her student. I forgot to ask question at the beginning. You will see I was quiet, very much
Thank you so
quiet.
much, ma'am. That
Uh,
motivation is very important. You are a good teacher
you,
because you have
when
already
you were
motivated
talking,
me.
it was you were very much dedicated, and I mean, you take classes. It's not only for your job. You take from your heart. You are dedicated to your
Yes, I
profession,
love my profession.
right?
I love my
You love.
profession.
And when I told you to talk about something about teaching or language learning, you then and then you agreed. You didn't ask anything, right? You didn't ask me
Yes.
anything about the program, what will happen, nothing. You just agreed. Yes, I'm with it. So that's what I like so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good,
Thank you
very
so
good.
much.
Thank you. I hope your students will value your teaching, and they will follow you accordingly,
Yes,
inshallah.
Alhamdulillah, I'm also getting very good feedback from my students. And that is the actually a teacher's achievement or teacher satisfaction.
Of course.
Ma'am, Mansura ma'am, and also ma'am, you like thank you very much to for being a part of this show. We were really happy to have you with us.